Okay. I'm on. I just gotta. Here it is.
Oh, that looks so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Shalom,
nice.
shalom. So let's take this and yeah, that's what we gotta do. Okay. And we see it. Yeah, here we go. Shalom, let's start giving all praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Makar Kadah, respect and honor to all you brothers out there pushing this word with sincerity and truth. This is the Passover. We're going to go over, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the Passover. So the first scripture we're going to read is I got my beautiful wife with me today. Say peace and blessings. Shalom.
Peace and blessings. Shalom.
And happy Pesach.
And happy Pesach.
All right, so let her get a little reading in. Ezekiel 45, 21 to 24. Yeah. So while she getting it, I just want to let you know, like the Passover, the Pesach is a holy conversation, holy convocation. It's not nothing to be played with. It's not nothing. It's not about the meat. It's not about the wine, but it is about the meat and about the wine. But it's not about the meat and the wine as far as getting high and drunk. It's not about savoring over the lamb. It's a holy conversation. It means that it's a rush. You know, this is serious. This is not somewhere we sitting back and we drinking the wine and we eating a lot of lamb. It's on some chill out relaxation thing. It's not about that. Okay? It's about the day that we was delivered in Egypt through Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. Okay? And which a lot of people say was the Grand Reaper because he was that death angel that day. You know? And he passed over us. And right now we need that same thing. Yahweh Shah, he died for us, okay, to make us exempt for when the Lord send him back, when Yahweh sends him back on the earth to get reconciled, to get for payback. And we hope that we're in that right space, which would be the elect, so we'd be exempt from judgment. Okay, so the Passover is to keep us, to remind us of Yahweh Shah and and how the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah saved the children of Egypt, saved the children of Israel, from the Egyptians, because they would be impressed by the Egyptians. Okay, so read that real quick.
Ezekiel 24.
Ezekiel 45. Ezekiel 45, 21 to 24. So this is the real deal here, you know? And
Okay.
go ahead, we can read that.
Okay. Ezekiel 45, 21 to 24.
Correct, yeah.
Verse 21. In the first month, in the 14th day of the month, ye shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten. And upon that day shall the prince prepare himself, and for all the people in the land a bullock for a sin offering. 23. And 7 days of the feast he shall prepare a burnt offering to the Lord, 7 bullocks and 7 rams without blemish daily the 7 days, and a kid of the goats daily for a sin offering. And he shall prepare a meat offering of an ephah for a bullock, and an ephah for a ram, and an hin of oil for an ephah.
Hmm. That's it.
That's it.
Right. So we're dealing with the lamb, and this is a commandment as well. This is not a choice. This is one of the major high holy days that we have, and we're going to get into that too. Okay. So this is what we was ordained to do. Okay. So now, before I get into that, I want to just go over a couple of things. You got to clean your house. You got to cleanse your house from all yeast. Okay, so you can't have things like that in your house. You got to get rid of anything with, I believe, yeast and flour in it. Right? Yeah. So we're gonna read that and we're gonna go over that with you too. But let me just start with this to give you a little bit more detail on this. And another thing, I'm trying to cover this to get right to the point. But another thing is that like if you're not in a camp, you got to do this on your own. And one thing was good that our teachers, he taught us how to do this on our own. That we don't we how we look about it on a high holy days through the new moon, how we go about it. So today is the sundown, okay, and then it lasts for 7 or 8 days to sundown with no breads, okay. So they're really together because after this Passover, then we have the feast of unleavened bread back to back. So we can't have bread with yeast in it. So it was a good thing that you cleanse your house out. So right now we share our home, so we can't really do that. So we have to depart and go somewhere else to really do that. Okay, because we really trying to serve the Lord. We can't just take people's stuff out and throw it out. They fool, you get killed for that because a lot of people don't understand that. So we can't just clean the cabinets out as if we would do at our own home. Okay, so we'd have to go to you'd have to go to a certain place, maybe a motel. Or it would be wise to do that anyway, because you can't be throwing people flowers out and their bread and cleaning out their refrigerator. It's war, especially they don't understand that. So you get a place and you get a place and you do that. All right. So now let me go over this couple of other things, and then I'll mention that after it. But then let's just go over it. This is out of the page 729, and this is my reference book. And this is I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says that these verses have become. This is dealing with the Passover. It says Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread. These two feasts were originally two separate ceremonies whose time of celebration came to coincide, and they were welded together with the ceremony of the waving of the barley sheaf and a single composite festival. Okay, it says these verses have become an integral part of the whole chapter, which may be regarded as the legend of the Passover festival. They are, however, probably the earliest part of the account and record two features. A lamb is to be slain and its blood sprinkled on the lintel and the blood posts of the houses. It is to be celebrated the deliverance of the Israelites, wherein the firstborn of the Egyptians was slain. There are two brief references in Exodus 23:18 and Exodus 34:25, which prohibit using leavened bread with the Passover, or even leaving anything over till the morning. The festival takes place during the night. So this meat has to be eaten in haste, and it's not to be left over for the next day. Okay? So whatever you do, whatever you eat with this, you're supposed to get rid of it. It's not supposed to be, oh, we're going to put some in the refrigerator and save them for tomorrow for lunch or for dinner or whatever we're going to do. It's supposed to be eaten in haste, and it's supposed to be get rid of before the next morning. Okay? That says the Lord. Then it says, It says in Deuteronomy 16:1-8, we're going to read that. The Passover is directed to be observed in the month of Abib, which is April, in commemoration of the exodus from Egypt. The sacrifice is not to be offered in private dwellings, but in the place where Yahweh shall choose to place his name there, with the Passover meal, and during 7 days. Now here it is, remember? During 7 days, no leavened bread was to be eaten. None of the flesh was to be left till the morning. After the meal, the worshiper was to go to their homes. The seventh day was to be a solemn assembly, and this period was treated as opening the 7th week's joy of harvest, commencing from Abib, when the corn would be coming into the ear. We may notice here the Passover is regarded as the part of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Masaf, the two being apparently blended into one. The sacrifice, though composed of individual sacrifices, is to be offered only at the central sanctuary. The offering may be taken from flock or herd. I already gave you Ezekiel 45:21-24. I opened up with that. And then it says the date is precisely assigned as the 14th Abib. The feast lasts 7 days, and unleavened bread only is to be eaten. The prince is to offer a bullock as sin offering for himself and the people, and he go and on each of the 7 days, as well as 7 bullocks and 7 rams daily, with the offerings of meal and oil. All takes place of the central sanctuary. There is no mention of a lamb, and Passover is part of the unleavened bread festival. Okay? So now we're going to jump, because we're going to do a little bit more reading. It says the lamb was eaten as an act of communion between the worshipers and their God. The smearing of the blood was an appropriate act to protect the shepherds, their homes, and their flocks from every kind of unseen evil. Okay? So we doing that for the Lord to pass by us and give us mercy. And we doing a remembrance of when we was being afflicted in Egypt. Spiritually, we are being afflicted again in Egypt, because America is modern day Egypt. And when you see what the things that's going around, we in 2024, okay? And this is the Passover 2024, okay? And all hell is breaking loose. And this is a new year as well for us. We don't go by the Gregorian calendar, okay? This would be the month of Abib, what they call April, okay? And we have to remember that what was going down in Egypt, okay, and Egypt is the modern day America, is going down for us right now. And the Lord is coming back. So all these rumors of wars, and this ain't rumors of wars, these are wars actually taking place now. No rumors of war, which we heard in I think in Revelations, I'm not sure, or in Matthew, that it said it would be rumors and rumors of war. We actually having wars going on, okay? And we see that it's all hell breaking them out wherever we look at. Every time you turn the news, is something happening. So the Passover is a remembrance that the Lord passed by us, so we would be exempt from judgment. That's what the doorpost was on the door, that represent the blood, okay, of the because we have to give blood for blood when you sacrifice something, so the Lord, that was symbolic then, but now the Lord he actually died for us, with his life, okay, to bring us back into Yahweh Shah, who you ignorantly call Christ. So they kind of go hand in hand, man, okay, because we spiritually in Egypt again, and it says this Passover is forever, forever. Okay, this is not just in that time, and now we're in a new covenant, and we don't have to do that. We are rehearsing the righteous acts, okay, and our very life depends on that. Today I was going around. I got some of the stuff we got earlier, like the lamb, but we was going around, and where we at right now, we in North Carolina, and some of the people that act like they didn't even know our people. They act like when I asked them for the monster crackers, they act like they didn't know what the hell was going on. Like, I'm thinking, like, damn, in all North Carolina, there's few people, like, no brothers, nobody, and it was the elderly lady. I'm sure she was somewhere down the line in some kind of Baptist or Pentecostal church. She didn't have no idea about the monster crackers or anything like that. It's just like these people was a docile, like they don't even know that Yahweh, the Holy Negro of Christ, is coming back, and we need to be exempt right now by rehearsing these righteous acts, because we are spiritually in Egypt again, and our life depends on being exempt from judgment. So look at the Passover for being exempt from judgment. That you need to be rehearsing this righteous act. Okay, so that was in on that. You know, we did that. Now let's get into to some more stuff, some more scriptures, some more food. Anything you want to add on to that?
No.
Yeah. So the first thing we're gonna go into Exodus. And before I read Exodus, I want to touch on something else. I would love for my family members to even come sit down in this. But do you know that I cannot have any family members or even a close friend that I don't know about coming and taking part of this high holy day? Because I don't know how they're living their life throughout the whole year. See, this is not like this is a church, but there's two churches, remember that. And one of the churches is the churches of Roman Catholicism, Roman Catholicism, okay? And one is a way of life is Israelites. So we have to understand that. So a lot of people think that we're serving the same creator where we're really not. But they say God is God and we all worship the same thing. We're not. God is who you really call God, which is named Yahweh. Yahweh and his son is named Yahweh, is dealing with strictly obedience. If I let somebody else come and sit with me and us and even my sons and my daughters to sitting with this, right? I'll be judged for that because you're probably polluting. You are polluting the sacrifice in the temple because have you been an Israelite all year? Have you been a Hebrew Israelites? Have you been a follower of Yahweh all year long? Or you're looking at the church perspective? Okay, you come, you chill, you eat, and you bug out for that day, and then you go back out there and be a nigga the next day. Okay, so we can't invite everybody to this. This is serious. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know, just to bring that on it, because you can't. If Lord beginning, my mother, my mother's still alive, but my dad is passed away. We wouldn't be able to bring him if he's all year round celebrating a baptism. It wouldn't be the same thing. But a Christian person would think it's the same thing, right?
Yes.
They would think it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, wait. We celebrate ours on the 19th and come to our Baptist church because we went to Jehovah's Witnesses years ago before we learned this truth. And they had the crackers and everything around it too and doing the same thing. But they believed in Caesar Borgia. That was their Jesus Christ. Yeah. It wasn't Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah who was brought out in Revelations. Okay? And that's the depiction that they have in their mind when they're celebrating these Passovers in their churches. That the old white so-called pale-faced Jesus is going to save them. That's who they really worshiping. And that's what Roman Catholicism is all about. Catholicism, I think that's how you say it, is all about. You're not serving that. So they be like, oh, we serving ours too. And but I keep it real with you. A lot of, I hate to say it, a lot of churches, even though they got a zeal, but not according to knowledge, they go hard for they pagan churches, and they believe they go hard for it. How much more than us that know this true? Are we going hard for that? Like they do? They go hard for that. And I've seen some of them. I'm like, damn. And they made, even though they was heathen, in a heathen state of mind or a Gentile state of mind, as far as worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, they had a zeal for their God. Okay? That other God, the pale face, that other meat, you know how they say the other meat, that pork meat, the other white meat. They had a zeal for that, but not according to knowledge. how much more should have a zeal for our Heavenly Father? And we got the truth. That's the difference. And are we going hard like they going hard? Because we got the truth. Or we a couch potato. Because there's a lot of Israelites that are couch potatoes too. So I just wanted to say that. Now let's go to Exodus 12. Exodus 12, we're going to do 1 to 27. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. So January is not the first month of the year for us. Okay, so always remember that. Okay, so when they turning up on New Year's Eve, that's not the first month of you when they celebrating. Okay, that would be Roman Catholicism. That would be the Greek Gregorian calendar. Okay, that would be of the world. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house, for the house of their fathers. So that right there, that touches on the 12 tribe chart sign, because from Judah down to Issachar, okay, that shows that it was true of that, okay, of that chart that they was talking to Israel, and that every man of that house, okay, a man is a very important thing in life, in this world, okay, and in a household, okay, and we're living in a world that's dominated by feminism, okay, so I just add that into that too. It says, Speak ye into all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of the month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor is not your next door neighbor, to what they telling you. The neighbor is your brother according to the flesh, who are Israelites. You find that in Romans 10 and Romans 9, 1 on down. And to the house to take it according to the number of their souls. Every man according to his eating shall make you account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they should, we not in no old days like that, so we got to make the best of this, right? Because you're going to have some people say, you ain't getting a pure lamb right off the thing. All right? That's what they say, because we deal with a lot of ignorance and a lot of just dumbfounded people. They don't know what time they were in. So when it's time to use something to discredit you, they'll do some stupid something saying like that. Are you getting it right from the farm? You don't own a farm. How many Negroes own a goddamn farm? Which they do, but how many do they own that today? Okay? And it says, verse 7, And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and of the upper door posts of the houses, where it shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roasted with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden, or with water, but roast with fire. So you can't boil it, you can't bake it, you gotta roast it. All right? His head with his legs, and with the putenance thereof. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. You can't save it overnight, as I said. And that which remain of it until the morning, you shall burn with fire. And thus you shall eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. You shall eat it in haste. What does haste mean? Let's see if we can find haste. Haste. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find haste. Haste. We on 11. Pause. Haste. Haste. It's really on my phone. I can't do it on my phone like this. Yes, I can. It's not going to mess it up. Haste. Okay. Blue letter. So let's go to haste. Wait, go to the blue letter. Haste. Pass me that pen. Okay, haste, haste. Okay, so let's go to Exodus 12. 12, verse 11. And thus shall you eat with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. Let's see what haste is. Come on, don't start getting stuck on me now. Okay. Here it is.
Strong's H 2649. Chipazon. Chipazon.
Hepazon. Hepazon. Hurriedly, in a haste. Trepidation, hurried, flight. Haste. Okay, let's go at the mile, just go deeper. Let's see what that one says.
Strong's H 2648. Chafaz. Chafaz.
To hurry, flee. So you ain't laying back, chilling, relaxing, eating in haste. It's not suck. We ain't savoring over this. To hurry, flee, haste, and fear. Be terrified. To be in a hurry. Be alarmed. To be in a hurry. To be alarmed. To be in a hurry. Haste. To haste. Make haste. Tremble. A primitive root properly to start up suddenly. By implication to hasten. Away. To fear. Haste. Away. Tremble. Hasted. Urge. Insight. Urge. Okay? Be in a hurry. Or alarm. Or of hurried flight. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. That's it. So it ain't nothing we sitting here playing around with. Macking and relaxing. In haste. Okay. It says, we in verse 11, Exodus 12, verse 11. It's, okay? And you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all gods of Egypt. See that? I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you. When I smite the land of Egypt. That's deep. Did you hear that? Read it again. And the blood shall be to you for a token, remembrance of the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. What is a memorial? And you shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations for a little while, for only a couple of centuries, forever, ever, forever, ever. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. What does ordinance mean? Seven days you shall eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your houses. See? Clean out the houses. Throw it away. For whosoever eat leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. This was serious. What does that mean, cut off? Does it mean just separated from the camp? Put to death. That's what it means to be cut off. It didn't mean it didn't mean for just put away for a little while and then he could come in. It means put him to death. And it would make so sense because he said he's going to kill the firstborn of everybody in Egypt. And in the first day, we at verse 16, and in the first day there shall be a holy convocation. There it is. A holy convocation. What is that? And the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, the only may be done of you. Save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day and your generation by an ordinance forever. See, forever. And the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at evening you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. So you have to see that. So even tomorrow, no bread with yeast in it, unleavened bread. 7 days shall be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eat that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Death. You be like, oh, it's just a little bread. You shall eat nothing leavened. In all your inhabitations shall you eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel unto them, draw out and take your lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. See that? And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and two-sided posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he see the blood upon the lintel and of the two-side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come unto your house to smite you. We got to check the destroyer. Now, let's touch on that. We believe that the destroyer is the death angel, which is Yahushua. But it's an angel. And we ran, of course, one video about how the Lord will send evil angels on your ass. So let's do what we at this. Let's go to that. Let's go to 23. Let's just see what they're saying about the destroyer, because sometimes this is wrong too. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he see the blood upon the lintel and two sides posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer. The destroyer. Let's see what the destroyer say.
Strong's H 7843. Shacheth. Shacheth.
Shahah. To destroy, corrupt, go to ruin, decay, to be married, be spoiled, be corrupted, be corrupt, injured, be ruined, be rotted, to spoil, to pervert, corrupt, deal corruptly, to spoil, ruin, to destroy, to pervert, the destroyer, particle, spoil, ruined. Literally, figuratively, batter, case off, destroyer, unction, lose, only derived species. Okay, it says in here, a destroy to ruin either by laying waste as a country or region, um, pulling down of walls, or by wounding or by killing both individuals. He destroys mercy. Okay, two, to act wickedly. Um, this is crazy right here. It says, a man of destruction, act a destroyer, a waster. But in chapter 18, one who brings destruction on himself, one who wastes his own God for a prodigal. Who else is a destroyer? It has to be an angel. Okay, so we know the Lord sends angels to do that. And he did it with the time a lot too. When they destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So I gotta do more research on that. But anyway, let's get back to the message. Yeah. All right. So it says destroyer, to come unto your houses to smite you, to kill you. And you shall observe these things for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. Pass it down to generations. This was just been speaking about in your household. The Passover is for real. It's the real deal. Okay? And you shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when you become to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he had promised, that you shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That you shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed their head and worshipped. Okay? So now let's go to Leviticus 23. And it says Leviticus 23, 5 to 14. Okay. Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. And the first day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no severe work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And the seventh day is in holy convocation. You shall do no severe work therein. Verse 9. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, say unto them, When you become in the land which I give you unto you, and you shall reap the harvest thereof, then you shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of the harvest unto the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow, after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And you shall offer the day when you wave the sheaf and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the meat offering thereof shall be of 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savior. And the drink offering therefore shall be of wine, the fourth part of a hin. And you shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears unto the selfsame day that you have brought an offering unto your God. If it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings, and you shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths you shall be complete. That's it. So that was took to the point. Hope you was edified for the Passover 2024. And we're going to keep pushing, doing what we're doing. Worshiping the Lord to the best of our ability. Treating our brothers to the best of our ability. Loving our brothers according to the righteous law. Knowing that the days are evil, and we hope that we be exempt from judgment when the Lord comes back to strife. 1/3 of the nation of Israel and 2/3 of the people is going to die, and hopefully that we be the chosen. We are the chosen nation, but hopefully the chosen people by doing the Lord's bidding. Another episode of Glad Tidings Ministry, Prince Shemai. Shalom.